Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the last of the ceiling fans from my Ohio haul. Um, this is another one that came from my best friend who I went to visit a few weekends ago now. And yeah, this is the Fanimation Louvre ceiling fan. I think it's 52 inch. Actually not 100% sure about that. It certainly looks 52 inch. Um, This is a indoor-outdoor rated ceiling fan, so this could be installed on a porch or somewhere, sunroof, you know, under a pavilion, or something like that. Yeah, or it could be installed inside, like normal. But this is a older one. It's from 2002. It has the sort of older canopy that looks almost like a Casablanca hang true, not the one that looked kind of like the Fasco third gen ball and socket canopy, which is what I think they still use today. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not really that invested in Fanimation's products, honestly. This is my first Fanimation fan that I've ever owned. So, yeah. And this is in a rust finish, which is kind of interesting. Um, I don't know if that's rare or anything, but very cool. It's almost like a brown verde, I guess. Well, not verde, but the same sort of like uh, paint pattern. And it's got these really nice big wicker uh, palm blades, which I'm pretty sure they also sold sets of those separately. Um, so you could interchange them with any style you'd like, but this one came with these wicker ones. Um, yeah, the blade arms are two pieces. There's like it's not a badge like blade badges, but there's the arm on the front you can see there, and then there's another clamp on the back that is like shaped the same. So it's kind of like a reverse blade badge, I guess. Um, yeah, it's got this really cool squirrel cage blower type wheel attached to the flywheel that actually surrounds the motor. It's not really, the motor doesn't have like a housing. It's got a GE stack motor and a rubber flywheel, like a regular, Casablanca or something like that. Obviously not a Casablanca that didn't use GE, but yeah, GE motor, uh, that squirrel cage blower around the motor that is attached to the flywheel and spins, and so it acts kind of like a cooling fan for the motor, which is pretty neat. And then the blade arms attached to the bottom of that squirrel cage blower. Yeah, very cool. It came on this long, I think that's an 18-inch down rod. Um, I'd like to find a shorter down rod for it, but I don't know if I'm going to find one in this finish. Uh, I really wouldn't like to cut this factory length down rod, but yeah. It came with that Fanimation pull chain extension, which I don't think is actually an extension looking at it closer. I think that's one length from the factory. And it does have a label on the side of the nose on the left side there. You can't really see it. I'll show it to you when I show the fan up close. Um, and like I said, it's from 2002. It's actually dated April of 2002. And of course, I'll show you the label after I test the fan. But guess I will go ahead and start the fan up on high. And those blades are really heavy, so of course, as a result, it doesn't spin super fast, but for those blades being as heavy as they are, I'm actually impressed at how fast it spins in the first place. And it moves a good deal of air for a palm bladed fan. In my experience, these palm bladed fans are typically more uh, in terms of not in terms of performance, like a novelty. not really, the airflow department is often lacking, but this is quite impressive. I wonder if the wicker blades make a difference. They probably do because they're not a solid material. You know, some air passes through them instead of getting caught. And then the other thing was it was kind of out of balance when I got it. There's one blade arm that was really badly bent upward. I spent like an hour or so before filming just balancing it again. I balanced it mostly last night, I think, and then I did some more touch up on it just now. I think I got it pretty good. There's barely any wobble anymore. And the only other issue now is that the flywheel is slightly warped, I think. You can see the squirrel cage wheel is kind of teetering as it goes around. But that oftentimes corrects itself just by hanging. So, I don't know. Yeah. Down medium. I think actually since I balanced it, unbent the blade arms, it actually started going a bit faster on high. It's because those blades being out of balance probably throwing the motor off a bit. There's medium. It's not super slow. I mean, it is on the slow side, but it's a pretty good medium speed. I'm still feeling some air from it. Low speed. Very nice, slow, aesthetic restaurant low. Alright. Back to high. Yeah, there's basically no wobble. Before it was pretty bad. Alright. Spin down. Okay, those are some pretty good bearings. Fairly long spin down time. Bet the weight of the blades probably helps. So now, let's see, does this one have an upside down reverse switch? Yes, it does. Oh, wait, no. That, it does not. I don't know why. Anyways, aside from that, let's try it on low and reverse. Why did I say it had an upside down reverse switch? That's not upside down. Okay. Medium. And high. Oh, a little bit worse wobble. I feel like it's, well, it's about the same speed. I was gonna say I feel like it's going a bit faster, but that might be the wobble being deceiving. Whoa. Don't wanna break it. Okay. Now, here's an up-close view of this really, really cool fan. These blades, which were extremely dusty when I got it, I had to actually, like, I don't know if this was the right thing to do, but I washed them off in the sink. I assume it's fine because they're, I mean, it's rated for damp location, so they dried out fine. I mean, it's like it's like a metal frame around here, and then it's just like basket weave, just woven in the middle there. I think that's, no, that's not metal. It's the same, whatever this is, cane. Not the same cane as like, well, I guess it would be sort of the same as like, you know, cane blade inserts, you know, like that. But, there's the motor, that really cool squirrel-cage blower that, as I said, is affixed to the flywheel and spins around. And it blows air. When its fan is in forward, it's blowing air out. And when it's going in reverse, it's blowing air in to the motor. So, yeah, interesting. And you can see rubber flywheel down there, same kind that the Casablanca used. There's a GE sticker in there on the side of the motor. You can see this really cool Fanimation pull chain pendant. The older Fanimation logo, which I really like, that cool font. And then the tag on the side of the nose. Let me not block all the light here. Again, the old logo. Fanimation Louvre. And you can see that finish is really, really cool. I love this finish. Rust finish. These blade arms also look like guitars for some reason, which I noticed when I got it. Interesting. And then there's your canopy, which, as I mentioned, kind of resembles the Casablanca hang true. It's got the 4 sections, the ribbing down here. The screws attach to this surface here, but there's only 2 of them, not 4. And then on the top here, this is standard Fanimation type mounting or motor bracket, I believe. And then underneath of this cover here, which is there for keeping moisture out from the coupler, the collar here, you got the informations tag model FP1320-DL, and then the date code is right there, 2002/04, designating April of 2002. Another terrible mistake. That's just information about, like, hanging the fan a certain distance from the ceiling and the floor, and that's suitable for use in damp location. Slide you back down, and yeah, this one came complete with everything. I even got the original for sale sign for that. The Restore had it because this was from the Restore that my friend works at. It came in as a donation. He did not get it for $150. He got it for a very good price of $25, which I would say is a pretty good deal for this. A lot better than $150. So yeah, a very interesting fan. So that I think about does it for this video. So that is the Fanimation Louvre 52-inch, I believe, indoor-outdoor palm-bladed ceiling fan. Thank you guys for watching, as always, and I will see you in the next video.